it shows up on screen too when I'm sharing the screen too. All right, so we go back over here. We got the cylinder, right? The original cylinder was there. The water level was at 10. We placed the metal in, it rose to 1.5. We can figure out the volume of the piece of metal by taking the volume of this new cylinder. So we're finding the volume of the cylinder, which is pi r, which is 3, and then that will all be squared, and then times the height. Well, it rose 1.5 centimeters, so that's what I need for my height, 1.5. And I can plug that into my calculator, and I get a volume for that new cylinder to be 42.41 centimeters cubed. So I've now found the new volume, or the volume of my piece of metal, 42.14 centimeters cubed. So that's part of my question. But the other part says, what type of metal is it? Well, I can figure out what type of metal it is by using density, because density is just one exact piece of, or is exact to each individual element. So to find density, I know it's mass, which is 377.02, over volume, which I just found, so 42.41. And I do that division, and my answer comes out to be 8.89. So I look at my table, what metal has a density of 8.89? Well, the answer to that is nickel, so I know that the type of metal that I'm working with here is nickel. I found the volume and the type of metal just by looking at that, using the displacement to figure that out. Moving on to the second one, we have that the mass of a block of copper is 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters by 4 centimeters, right? So a rectangular prism. And we want to figure out what the mass of this is. So maybe I draw my picture because I like pictures. And I drew a bad picture. There we go. And it's 2 by 2 by 4. I want to figure out the mass. Well, to find mass, if I know volume and density, I can relate it to figure out what the mass is. Well, to find the mass of a rectangular thing, I do 2 times 2 times 4, right? That's how I found the volume of a rectangular prism. Multiply that together, and I get 16 as my volume. Now, using my density function, I can quick look at my table there, figure out what the density of copper is. The density of copper is 8.97. And that should be equal to my mass, whatever that is, over the volume. Well, my volume is 16, because there it is there. So I've got 8.97 divided by, or mass divided by volume. Then I want to solve for my volume, so I multiply both sides by 16. Those parentheses are a little large. The 16s will cancel over here. I multiply by 16 over here. So now I have 16 times 8.97. I multiply those together, and my mass will be 143.52. Right.
Oh no.
And so we figured out the answer there.
A question.
Question? Yep.
Can I just take a picture of my homework and then send it to you, like email it to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Next question. Moving on to the last example here. A rectangular container that is 4 centimeters by 3 centimeters has a water level in it that is 8 centimeters deep when we start. We're going to place a rock in that container, and the water level is going to rise to 10.4 centimeters. Let's find the volume of this rock. So I draw a picture of this. My rectangular tape there. I know I have the 3 by 4, and that originally my water level is at 8 centimeters there. Mark the centimeters, yeah. So I know that that's an 8. I then place my rock in there. I'll make it a big rock. It's a big picture. And the water level is going to rise to 10.24. Well, I want to know what the volume is of this shaded region here in yellow, because that's the new volume there. So if I want to, I can draw another one or not. I like drawing pictures, so I'll keep doing it. Draw another rectangular prism. And I know my new dimensions will still be 3 and 4, but the height between 10.4, I wrote 10.2. Boy, that's confusing. 10.4. I want to know what that final height is, so I can subtract 8, get 2.4. Well, that means this height over here is 2.4. To find the volume of a rectangular prism, I take 3 times 4 times 2.4. And when I do that, I get an answer of 28.8 centimeters. So I found the volume of my new shape there. Is there any questions about how you find the volume on that shape? Any questions in general about what we went through here and figured out on these questions?
How do you do the density again?
Density, it should be on like the first slide. It says density equals mass over volume. So then you look at that figure. You just put your mass over your volume.
Mass over volume.
Yep.
All right.
And so then your homework problems are right here, 1, 2, 4, and 7 on page 536.